Obviously, what's the luxury like to have a kicker and punter like you do, seniors like that you know what you're going to get out of them? It's got to be a pretty nice luxury.
It is. Those guys have done a nice job. I expect them to continue where they kind of left off last season and really even improve from that. And, it is nice. I mean, you're not trying to train up a new guy. They know what's expected. They know how to operate. They've been under pressure, all that kind of stuff. So, for them, it's really just being consistent. And, one thing we always talk about with those guys is you got to be perfect. You get one shot. That's it. It's not like, hey, we can't call the same play, run it again and try and get it right. I mean, you either make it or you miss it, or it's a good punt or a bad punt or snap or whatever. So, it's great to have those two guys, and they're doing a good job, and I'm really excited about what they should do for us this season.
I know you're trying to obviously push them to get better, be more consistent, but what does it allow you to do with them, or allow them to do at their time, that you're not having a battle to fight through and that kind of thing, and they've been through this rodeo before?
Yeah, well, you're able to spend a lot more time on the other guys, we have a fair amount of experience coming back that have played in games and played those positions, but help develop the young guys. I think we did a decent job through the spring of developing our young guys along, so that they should be in position to help us this fall. Just really focus on the other 10 guys on the field instead of having to spend all your time worrying about what the specialists are doing.
Before camp started, Harsin said he kind of wanted to try to find that next group of special teams demons. You obviously have a Darren Lee in there. Who are maybe some of the other guys that you've kind of maybe seen who have kind of stepped up in that aspect?
There's a whole bunch of them. I think A.J. Richardson does a great job. Taylor Poe. Leighton Vander Esch is up. He might fit in the Darren Lee category because he kind of did it all last year. Blake Whitlock's a new guy that's showing up.
Those are very unheralded spots, of course.
Yeah, Austin Cottrell, but again, he kind of did it last year for us towards the end of the year. You got Ryan Wolpe and Skylar Siebold. All these guys have been on the field a whole bunch, but they've kind of taken it to the next level too. I was just trying to think of new guys that really haven't been in the mix, and I think our guys are doing a pretty good job of showing up and doing some really good things for us. I'm very excited about what they're doing and how they're doing it.
How's the return game looking? Some of those guys, getting some more clarity a little bit there.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Jeremy McNichols is a big play guy every time he touches the ball, so I'd like to get him a few touches. But Sed Wilson's done an excellent job for us in kick and punt return. I think Achillian Butler's doing a great job as a punt returner. And then you got Jonathan Moxie, that's a guy we trust and can put back there. Chaz Anderson, is doing a good job. So I think all those guys, and we got a couple of the freshmen. Avery Williams is a guy that has really showed up and done some things in the return game for us.
I think McNichols, only actually had 5 returns last year. Had a lot when he was back there, and they, kicked it over his head. But would you like to see him get more than 5 returns this year?
Yeah, I think you'll probably see him get more than 5. Some of that is a little bit by game plan thing, and if the guy's booting it out of the back of the end zone, there's not a lot we can do about it. So. Yeah. I would guess as the year goes on, he'll end up with more than 5, I would think.
Is he your quote-unquote number 1 kick returner, or who is that at this point?
Well, yeah, him and Sed Wilson probably. Okay. I would think you'd see a pretty fair split between the two of them. And at some point you'll see Mox and, you'll see all those guys.
Did you guys know when you recruited Wilson that he was the guy that in the return game? Did he do that at Coffeyville? Or?
We knew he was the guy that could do it, yeah. Yeah, and I don't know that he did it a ton, but there's enough you could see that there was no question he could be a guy to do it. And, he's just a guy that's dangerous with the ball in his hands, same as J-Mac, and want to make sure that we use those guys.
How does playing that running back position translate to kind of a guy on kick return? It's maybe a little bit more.
Hey, tight windows and got to hit at full speed. So, yeah, a lot of similarities. And, that doesn't mean returners can't do it or DBs can't do it or whatever. Some guys just have a knack for it. But there's definitely a lot of carryover because you're going to have to run through some arm tackles, and you got to see the crease, and you got to be fearless back there to hit it and kind of blow through the smoke there. It's going to be cloudy. It's not always going to look pretty. And you got to have the confidence in your guys that you can hit that thing and be clean.
It seemed like there was, just around football over the last, few years, there was kind of like split carries, two people in the backfield, you get another kick returner. But I mean, you look at a guy like Christian McCaffrey, for example, and he obviously makes a big impact in the
Sure.
return game. So, I mean, how important is it to maybe get, a guy like Jeremy or a touch or two in the return game? He can be a difference maker for you.
Well, hey,
guys?
we think of that as a chance to score points. Starts out, punt return anyway, as a defensive play, but once we have the ball, it's an offensive play, chance to score points. Same with kick return. Once we have the ball, it's a chance to score. So it's a huge deal for us. I mean, we're going to go after it, and we're going to put the best guys out there to protect him. That's a huge deal for us. I mean, we got to protect the returner, but give him a chance to go and let him have a chance to make plays and score points.
Maybe put on your other hat now, tight ends. How's that group coming along?
They're doing a really good job. We're asking a lot of those guys, but they're battling. They're working their tails off, and I like how they're playing physical. They're making plays when we're throwing the ball. They're doing a good job in the run game. So, yeah, very very pleased with those guys.
What do you think can be a strength of that group? I mean, the fact that they're pretty interchangeable. You got a bunch of options. I mean, what do you think is going to be?
Yeah, I think that. I think their reliability, their blue collar toughness. They'll get down and dirty. They'll get in there and they'll put their face in there and block. They'll make a tough catch, and then their versatility. I mean, we can mix and match guys. We got big play guys. We can get some stuff done.
You got a group of